My name is Katie Flynn.
My name is Symphony Smith.
I'm Heather Irish.
My name is Terrell Gant.
My name is Alex Peterson.
I studied abroad in Wales,
The Bahamas,
Quebec City, Canada,
Ecuador,
Married in Mexico,
Hong Kong,
Puerto Rico,
Avignon, France.
The reason I wanted to study abroad the most, I've always had an interest in foreign cultures and especially Asian culture. So to study abroad in Hong Kong was the ultimate for me.
One of the reasons that I wanted to study abroad was I took French all throughout high school, and I knew I wanted to travel, and I thought, why not go to a French-speaking country, kill two birds with one stone, learn my French, and see the world.
My biggest reason for studying abroad, I just wanted to be fluent in Spanish language, and a friend told me about a program that would probably be helpful.
In college, when I saw advertisements for studies abroad, I was like, okay, here is really an opportunity to branch out and participate in a program where it's economically feasible.
I was 12 years old when Princess Diana died, and I don't know why, but I really got intrigued by the whole royal, glitz and glamour, but then it turned into more of a love for the history of the country.
One of my other favorite experiences was a cafe. It was called Mambo Cafe, and it was like a salsa bar. And there was a live band there, and the bands would alternate every 3 months. So we had the same band the entire time, and it was great. And people actually did salsa. I spent my last night in Mexico at Mambo Cafe.
My most memorable experience would be meeting the Prime Minister of the UK, Tony Blair at the time. I was in the Wales conference in northern Wales. We were able to meet him and shake his hand, and so it was just really exciting.
My campus was in the Kowloon district, kind of like a campus in a big city. It was really nice, and I think the great thing about it was, you could take 5 minutes, walk to the MTR station, the train station, and you're downtown in like less than 15 minutes. So it was really nice, like just being able to leave campus and then go shopping or take a trip and go see the beach or Disneyland.
We went to a little inlet that was really secluded where we snorkeled off of the coast after we had had lunch. We waited 45 minutes, of course. But there was an oceanic blue hole, which is basically a sinkhole in the middle of the ocean. And there's a lot of life that usually lives in these. And once I got over the edge, I saw a sunken ship in there. And it was one of the most memorable experiences of my life. I'll never forget that.
And then when I was in France, I actually took a class on the French resistance during World War II. And I was really excited because I was able to meet several former resistance members and sit down and just talk about their experiences during World War II.
For getting placed with my host family, we all filled out a questionnaire, basically our preferences, how many host siblings we would prefer to have, whether they be older or younger, any special needs we have, what kind of person we are. And then they really try to place you as best as they can with your host family. And from what I see, they do an excellent job. My host family was pretty much just about the best experience for me while in Ecuador.
I had a host father, and he had 3 children. His son, Tristan, was my age. And then he had 2 daughters, 17 and 15. And one of them studied German, and another one was a Arabian dancer. She belly danced. The other host sister tried to teach me German, but that was basically not happening.
I talked to my mama the most, and she was great. We had great food. I had 2 little brothers who were awesome, 10 and 13. One of them made me a PowerPoint presentation for my birthday. but neither of them could speak English very well. So the words were spelled wrong, but it was really cute.
When we were over there, you know, you couldn't really see yourself improving that much, but when you talked to, say when I asked my host family, I would always ask them, am I improving? Am I improving? And they said, oh yes. So like, you can't see how much you are improving, but you are improving just, you know, massively.
The first time I tried to take a shower, I wasn't quite sure about my host mother's explanation of how to operate it. So I either had scalding hot water or it was freezing cold. She would explain it to me a few times, and eventually I worked my way around the vocabulary to figure it out.
This experience helped a lot because I had to use it. Walking around through the city and going to different cafes, even catching a cab or getting on a bus or walking through a mall. Being in a place where I can step outside and I can use my Spanish, as opposed to being on campus at OU where people are speaking English all the time.
If I had stayed on campus for the entirety of my college career, I would have had a great education. But this way I get to see other parts of the world, other people, the way they learn, their college experiences. And I really feel much more educated as a person.
I felt like I learned more outside of the classroom than I did inside the classroom.
You learn of new things you could do. You don't have to do the thing that's in your major. You could find other things, and if you like it, continue doing it. So.
I can't imagine my college life without studying abroad. It has opened up so many opportunities for me.
I mean, writing that on a resume and saying I studied abroad in Wales, but I also worked abroad. I worked for a foreign government, and this is what I did.
Once you get back, you have this new connection with everyone you traveled with. You're almost like a family. Really, we developed so many bonds together.
People noticed when I was here that my attitude changed, my perspective on life, my expectations about what I can get out of life, what I can get out of my education.
I got to meet a lot of people from all over the world, and you get to see a lot of different aspects of how people think because of where they grew up and where they live.
I feel that I am more comfortable around professional situations than I was before.
I was more mature. I could do things on my own. You know, if I wanted to go, you know, sometimes my parents still get nervous if I'm walking home alone. I said, well, I was in France for 3 months alone. Do you remember that?
After being an experience where I'm exposed to new things, I feel I am much more able to take on whatever life throws at me.
It affected me kind of by showing me myself, kind of showing me where I fit in. Being somewhere different made me look at myself a lot, look at where I came from, look at my culture and my society more. So I guess it kind of showed me that I was different, but in a good way.
Toward the end, I really enjoyed the freedom of just walking in a foreign city and just letting, go and just following wherever it takes you and ending up somewhere that you think is really interesting.
Take pictures of everything. Don't leave it to memory, because everyone back home is going to want to see where you've been and what you've done.
Have fun. It's a great learning experience. Take in as much as you can. If you can learn a new language, try.
I just want to encourage anybody who's even thinking about it to go, regardless of what they're studying, what area they're going into, what they think their career is going to be. For
the programs on which I participated, I come away so satisfied. Every time it feels like a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
I just recommend that everyone at least give it a try. Think about it. Look into it. Come into the Education Abroad office and sit down and talk with someone about it, because there's so many opportunities that people don't know that they have. They can basically go anywhere they want and study whatever they want.